Welcome back, Terrifics, live from the Jacob Javits Center here at Toy Fair 2017. It's BeTerrific. We appreciate all of your feedback, all your comments on our Slack chat. Got it right here. Princess, Jaybird, Paul, Dixon, we appreciate all your feedback. We're going to keep it moving. My name is Darryl Reed, and you know what's been very, very popular lately at Toy Fair is all the things surrounding STEM. And what is STEM? I didn't know. I'm like, what is STEM? STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. So now we all know, and we're all familiar. And now we have Andreas from I Am Global, yes. And he has something that's in that same realm, yep. In that same STEM realm. Talk to us about what you have here, Andreas.
Yeah, thanks. So what we have here is a coding platform. So you take this little coding board and it's all Lego compatible.
Okay.
So you can get an app, you can connect it to Wi-Fi, and then you can either do one of two things. You can manipulate these motors. So see, these motors eventually go on some wheels. They could go on, you know, a fan, you name it. It comes in a kit like this, and you can build around it. You really just build around it, and you can do one of two things, like I said. You can control the motor with an app, or you can go on Python, Java, a few other coding platforms, and you can go ahead and manipulate the code yourself. So you can tell the motors, okay, move in sync for 2 seconds, then move back, then move in opposite directions. So what it's really doing is getting kids familiar with coding and getting them comfortable with manipulating code using these boards.
So imagine the board on wheels. Is this what you're telling me right now?
Right. So the set comes with a few different wheels.
Okay.
It comes with a lot of, like I said, Lego compatible blocks, and you just build around it. And you could either, like I said, attach a fan or a wheel, and then it'll turn into a moving type of apparatus.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Now you're talking about coding. I mean, this is something that I started to play around with in high school. I mean, that's back in the Corel C++ days, which are way outdated. But what is the age group for this? I mean,
I would say 10 plus. So we're from Chicago. A lot of Chicago Park District people, they're now getting these boards into their after-school programs and into their daycare centers. Right. This is more for an after-school, middle school, and up. So I'd say even 5th grade and up, that 11-year-old range.
Okay, 11
Just
and
so
up.
That kids who are more familiar with computers, yeah, so I'd say at least 10.
Okay, all right, perfect. Now, the Metas competition set, what is that? What is Metas? What does that stand for?
Metas is an acronym for STEAM, right? So you have STEM, as we all know, but then if you add arts in there, you get that extra A, and so you get STEAM reconfigured to Metas. Yeah, so it's a pretty clever name. The company's based out of China, and right now they're selling over in East Asia. So we're talking Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Malaysia. That's where this is being sold right now. And we are trying to get this brand and this line over to the Americas.
Okay, now I Am Global is a company that started when?
Company started just a couple of years ago. So we work pretty closely with some colleagues in China, and what they've done, so they're involved in a bunch of trading, a bunch of import-export. They represent Chinese manufacturers, trying to get different lines of products into different markets. So what the investors decided to do was open up a North American office.
Gotcha.
And that's where we come in. This was a couple of years back.
So is this your first year at Toy Fair?
Yep, very first year. Yeah, New York City, there's nothing like it.
So how does New York compare to Chicago, you think, huh? Because you're from Chicago, right? Originally?
Yeah, from Chicago. Let me say, Chicago in the summertime, I say there's nothing better. Nothing tops it, but I haven't been here in the summertime.
All right.
New York's a bigger version of Chicago. It's got its little tweaks here and there, but I'd say very comparable.
You know, I used to go to Chicago in the summer. They have all those festivals down by the water. It's like a big food festival.
Yeah,
what's that one called?
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, there's a big food festival. There's big music festivals. Chicago in the summer is the taste of Chicago. Exactly. I've been there quite a few times, and it's very tasty. But Chicago in the summer is very interesting. You know, the weather's kind of perfect. You know, it's not too hot. You know, it's not too humid. It's right there in the middle, and it's a good time. So You got the Meta's competition set, and what do you have underneath that?
And down here, this is also another Metis line, and these are consumer sets. So on the back, it'll feature, so like I said, Lego compatible bricks with the added, so this was coating, now these are electronic components.
So you guys have a deal with Lego, or is it just compatible?
No, these are not Lego, just Lego compatible. Yeah, Lego has a patent on the plastic, these are not Legos.
Okay, gotcha.
But these consumer sets all come with an array of different circuit bits. So they all come with a rechargeable battery and different ways of manipulating the power and different things you can do with the power. So for example, they'll come with one of these motors. So you can hook it on the back wheels.
Right.
The back wheels will make this guy go. And we have a few different consumer sets. These right now are on Amazon. As well as they're being sold, like I said, over in East Asia.
So these are available currently in the US, correct?
Yep, you can get them on Amazon.
And the Meta's competition set is not yet?
Not yet, yeah. We're still working on the app. There's still a different kind of, we're still getting it ready for the US market, but actually the third generation, so this is the second generation of these consumer sets. The third generation is going to be more improved, and it'll be ready for launch, let's say, this summer.
Okay, and what's the price range on this particular set right here?
Right, so this set could be anywhere from 35 to 40, and there's about 6 or 7 different of them, different pieces. This guy has 3 electric components. Others could have 5, 7, 8. I'd say the $40 range.
Okay, and we're gonna bring Dave in, our chairman, because I think Dave has some questions. And how's it going, Dave? Great to see you today. Great to see you,
Andreas. Nice to meet you. I'm going to move these over a little bit, put it in your lap. Great to be back on the set, Darryl.
Yeah, you know, I saw Dave off set, and I'm like, Dave, what are you doing? Join the set. Come on, join the fun.
Oh yeah, I'm very shy. You know that, Darryl. So it's hard for me to come into a crowd where the party's already started. But I was listening to your wonderful interview and learning a little bit, Andreas, about you and your product. And you said a few things that really resonated with me. You know, we're living in a complicated world. A lot of things are going on. You come from Chicago.
Yes,
Chicago's gotten some press recently, not necessarily in the best light. I know Chicago. Chicago is a great, great city.
Great city.
So much going on. The lakefront and north side, south side, east, west, and the Midwest. Fabulous, fabulous people. And it's wonderful that, what's that?
Cubbies,
Can't beat those Cubbies, right?
Yeah,
Fantastic, absolutely. And whether it's New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Detroit, Miami, I mean, all over this country, we've got people that are really trying to be positive, to be creative, to be inspired, like the Terrifics out there. And when I see a product like this that's focusing on the STEM or the STEAM, where you add the arts in, right?
Exactly.
The arts and science really connect. And also what you were saying about the company and the investors based in Asia, China, you know, the whole concept of globalism. You know, some people look at globalism and they see it as, oh, something we got to push away from. And it really is a united world. So we have children in our family. Our kids want to have access to science and technology. They enjoy the arts. Whether it's a kid in Beijing or a kid in Sao Paulo, this is really the next wave. This is the next generation. So I'm just wondering for yourself, you look like a young guy, you know. I mean, you went to college and
Loyola University, Chicago.
Fantastic. What did you study in Loyola?
Chemistry.
Chemistry. Okay. With a particular inclination or an idea to do something with chemistry, or? Yeah,
I mean, the initial idea was to be a chemist. I volunteered a couple of years in a laboratory, but then I decided, I mean, business is where my heart's at.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to be a lab rat.
I spent a lot of years as a lab rat. So those lab rats do something.
I should have introduced him properly. This is Doctor. Okay, he's a doctor.
Dave.
So
That's right.
Dr. David. Okay.
What's your PhD in?
No, so I actually have an MD. I was in a PhD program in bioengineering and got into business, and that's a whole long story, Darryl. You'll have to sit down and you can interview me about that. But no, seriously, I really respect the sciences, which I'm sure that you do. But a lot of people are looking for practical ways to use their scientific background. So you studied chemistry, laboratory work wasn't what you were, gravitating
I liked it. I liked it a lot, but just not as a career. Just not. I mean, I do have a passion for the laboratory, but it's not a career. Really, I want a career in business. I want a career, selling products.
developing products.
That's really where my interests are.
Sure. Now, at this point, have you gone back and gotten your MBA, or no?
No, not yet.
Well, you will. At some point, you'll go back and get your MBA.
I mean, I'm always reading. There's always a couple business books that I'm reading, and I mean, I can't get enough.
Right. And tell us a little bit about the team that you work with.
Yeah, so the team I work with, so besides doing import-export between East Asia and the Americas, we offer return service for online sellers, online vendors and small retailers. We have a warehouse in the Midwest where we can do refurbish and return services for that. And we're in a couple different areas.
Were you involved in the startup of this company?
Yes.
Okay, so you really are in a startup venture
we're
with a team
growing.
of guys.
We're definitely growing. You can find all of our services at the website imglobalbusiness.com.
imglobalbusiness.com. Write that down, all you terrifics. imglobalbusiness.com.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You mind if I ask you, how old are you?
I was born in 1994.
Well, there you go. So, just, you know, 22 years old.
He'll be 23 this year.
23 in March.
Fantastic. I mean, it's just incredible how much can be accomplished if you have the vision, if you have the will, if you have people that believe in you, and some resources are made available. I'm sure that you guys didn't think in 2 years you'd be already in the toy fair and other events. And
let me ask you this, Andreas. What is your exact role with the company?
Yeah, so since we're such a new company and such a growing company, really initially it was sales, but now there's a lot of different areas where we need expertise, where our I gotta thank my Chinese investors for even opening the office. I mean, that's why we have the job. But we're really still getting accustomed to doing business in the US.
Okay.
Our Chinese investors, I mean, there's a big culture barrier in terms of business.
But the Chinese can be very, very patient. You know, they're willing to commit capital, they're willing to work with local partners and develop.
Sounds like you're wearing quite a few hats then at this point.
At this point that we're growing, now we haven't really settled yet, but at this point, we're doing a lot of different
things. And it takes advantage of your multiple skills.
Yeah, we're actually partners with Alibaba now. So Alibaba.com is the largest B2B platform for merchants to go and source product. And we're their marketing partner, so we have access to their database. So they have a large database of suppliers, and we have access to all of that. And our job as a marketing partner is to, spread awareness and to connect the right merchants with the right suppliers as well.
So what would you say is the biggest challenge to the next stage of growth for your company?
The biggest challenge, I would say selecting the right products is always a challenge, because STEM toys are hot right now. But what's going to be hot in 18 months that we're not seeing now? Is it drones? Is it, who knows?
Right.
But really, as a trading company,
you have to plan for that 18, 24 month time frame.
Yeah, we're looking ahead. Yeah, you have to look ahead in this industry.
Absolutely. In every industry. That's the nature of
particularly toys, right? It's like an 18-month planning out.
And it sounds like it's always a challenge, getting like the metas, like getting it here in the U.S. and the challenges that go through that.
And how to market it. I mean, everyone's buying online.
Exactly.
Everyone's buying on Amazon. If you're not selling on Amazon, if you're not selling on these big retailers, Walmart.com.
But once the box arrives and they open it up, it's got to deliver some value. It's got to deliver something that makes them want to come back for more. Well, as you know, Daryl, the motto for Be Terrific, and all you terrifics know this, is be creative, be inspired, be positive.
Exactly.
And I really believe that what you're doing here and what you and your colleagues at I Am Global are doing is positive, is creative, and is inspired. So it's a pleasure to have you and representing your company and being part of the experience here at Toy Fair.
That's encouraging, Dr. Dave. Thank you.
Definitely. We appreciate having you. And we'll be right back after this, Terrifics.